Alright, well, thanks for joining me there again, Star Wars custom action figure fans, collectors, enthusiasts. I haven't done a video like this in a while, but this is going to be a custom action figure review, and these action figures are by me, Lucasclones, and these are my squad of Deathtroopers. Now, I made these a little while ago. Very excited to make them. I really put my sort of like my heart and my undead soul into them. I have recently finished reading Deathtroopers, the novel by Joe Schreiber, and I highly recommend it to anyone who is not just a Star Wars fan, but if you're a fan of horror movies and horror fiction like myself. I'm a big time horror fan. My birthday is actually Halloween, and I've always been, ever since a little kid, I'd watch horror movies when I was a little kid, and I've always loved horror films. Even bad horror films I will watch because they're horror films, and the gorier the better. And my favorite genre of horror films is zombies. So if you like zombies, even if you don't like Star Wars, you should read Deathtroopers, because it's like a zombie horror movie, just happens to be set in the Star Wars universe. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you will like it as well. And if you are someone like me, a strange person who is a horror fan and a Star Wars fan, it's probably the best book you'll ever read. Just a little added on bonus, I'm also right now currently reading Red Harvest, and I thought Deathtroopers was great, and Red Harvest is too. I'm not going to say anything about Red Harvest because I know it's still a relatively new book. I believe it came out around December of 2010, so it's only been out for 6 months or so. I got my copy at Star Wars Weekends, and man, it's a great book. So read Deathtroopers first, and then read Red Harvest. So anyhow, on to my figures. They are awesome. They're very gorily detailed, and I will tell you I used 2 separate types of stormtroopers. One is the 30th anniversary stormtrooper with removable helmet that you see here. So I'll talk about him first. He's probably my favorite one. As you can see, he has a knife sticking out of his chest, as apparently whoever he was attacking at some point had a knife and pulled it on him, and you could see the mess they left behind. And he's completely zombified, and I'll show you what his face looks like after I fix my undead troopers back here that just fell down. He's completely zombified. So there you go. He's got a green skin, green all over him, and I won't tell you anything about the book, but if you read the book you'll understand why he's green. He's got green all over him, I should say. Lots of battle damage, lots of wounds, gory wounds, blood all over, of course. Little blaster bolt hit him in the forehead there and ricocheted off. Alright, and those of you who are horror movie fans, zombie fans, may wonder why he's holding a blaster. Well, in the Deathtroopers novel, the zombies are able to use weapons, so that's all the spoiler that I will tell you. It's not a very big spoiler. Alright, on to my second favorite. This is my second favorite Deathtrooper, and the reason why he's my second favorite Deathtrooper is because he has a axe lodged into his head. It didn't go in very far, but it's in deep enough, mostly into his helmet, so that it won't come out. And he's also missing, he's got a bloody stump here. Lots of blood all over him, more green. Alright, he's pretty awesome too. Okay. Well, and I'll get the back, lots of blood dripping down the back of him there, more green, lots of cracks in his uniform, and why they are so damaged and bloody, well, read the book and you'll find out why. Here's another one. You can see there's a lot of damage to the front, where the breathing mask is of the Stormtrooper's helmet, and there's a reason for that too. Again, read the novel. Lots of damage all over, damage on the back. Okay? And I have a squad of no less than 5 Deathtroopers, as a matter of fact. Here's another one. They're all cool. They're all a little different. He's got his blaster holstered here. Damage on the back. So there you go. Lots of wounds on the legs and things. Alright, and last Death Trooper here. Alright. Okay, now, as a bonus, for those of you who are watching this video, I made a bonus figure, and he's sort of the leader of these guys. And that is, I made a zombie Boba Fett. Now, this isn't part of the Death Troopers book. There's no zombie Boba Fett. It's just, you always think of stormtroopers coming from Boba Fett or Jango Fett and being model on his armor. And so I thought, well, I had an extra vintage collection Boba Fett, so why not make a zombie out of him? So you see lots of battle damage, blaster bolts, blood trickling all down him. He's still got his blaster, of course. He's got his Z6, not Z6, Z3 back jetpack, I think is what it is, Z3. Battle damage, alright, and you can see the damage on his helmet. One big gash right there, and there's his face. Look at that horrid face. And you can see that the corresponding gash on his face from his helmet, they sort of match up, and the blood has come out. So there you go. And this gash here on this side, there's not so much blood coming out because he didn't have it didn't go all the way through. But there you go. So my zombie Fett leads my army of zombie Death Troopers. And I also have more zombies on the way. I actually have a whole bunch of G.I. Joe zombies that I have made. And I'm going to do a video on them. And I have more zombie plans coming. I have, well, we'll say some different species planned for my zombies. So stay tuned for those guys. And until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.